With the era of Link monsters and Link summoning now upon us, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are concerned as to whether or not they need to adopt to a new playmat that's designed with the designated zones already prominently displayed on the field. A lot of these older rubber mats already come pre-equipped with these zones, but they don't really have the softer feel and the plushness that a lot of players prefer. Well, Imperium Duelist is attempting to solve that problem by taking the best of both worlds and placing the zones on a high-quality cloth playmat. Does it live up to the hype? Let's find out together. What's going on, guys? It's Cimo. Now, I was fortunate enough to receive a copy of Imperium Duelist's brand new Mystic Era playmat. I'm really happy that Imperium Duelist reached out to me again because not only does this allow me to provide an accurate and objective review of their product, but it also allows me to give back to you guys and put this playmat in the hands of one lucky subscriber. So stick around till the end of the video to find out the details of how you can win yourself this mat. Now, before we get into the review, one thing I cannot stress enough is that this is not a paid promotion. Imperium Duelist is not compensating me or paying me in any way, shape, or form other than providing me with the mat to sway my opinion one way or another. The contents of this review are purely my own because I want to be sure to give you guys the most accurate and objective review of their products, so not only can you learn about it, but you can also form your own opinions as to whether or not you would want to have this product. But without any further delays, let's get right into the review. Imperium Duelist's new Mystic Era playmat is a two-player cloth playmat that was designed with one purpose in mind. Combine the practical benefits of depicting the new zone layout of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Link era with the quality and luxury feel of a cloth playmat. Previous Imperium Duelist playmats became well known for their quality artwork inked onto the playmat. But this mat is different. Imperium Duelist now uses a new printing method to produce these full color cloth playmats. This mat does not use the traditional ink on fabric method, but rather prints the image directly onto the mat to create a seamless feel as your hand glides over the mat. It's quite impressive. If you remember my last Imperium Duelist mat review, I took issue with the fact that the inking on the playmat could cause some of your cards to get stuck and possibly bend the corners of either your cards or sleeves. But that issue is completely alleviated with this new design. So aesthetically, this mat favors function over flamboyance, but just because it isn't flashy doesn't mean it isn't high quality. I place a much higher emphasis on a mat that's more durable, more practical, and has much higher playability because, well, this is a playmat, and we are going to be playing on this mat a lot. So let's see how it measures up in that respect. Like their previous playmat designs, Imperium Duelist playmats are printed on a smooth and durable material. And that's a perfect way to describe the material of this mat, smooth and durable. As the fabric runs through your hands, you get a real sense that it will definitely hold up over time, especially considering how thin the material feels compared to other mats. The fabric is smooth, but not as smooth as other mats available. I also feel that it's less smooth than Imperium Duelist's previous design iterations, maybe because of the new printing process. This is still a smooth fabric, but don't expect an ultra lush, fuzzy feel. Also, like their previous playmat designs, this playmat is treated with non-fraying edges, something that competing brands still have issues with. Imperium Duelist also wants to highlight the fine detail of their artwork, which is something we know from experience, as well as a guarantee that the ink on their playmats will not fade or crack. I really love the design on this mat because now that we just entered the Link era of Yu-Gi-Oh! With Link monsters and Link summoning, the fact that it has a hexagonal background design is the perfect complement to introduce us to the Link era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now for me, the most important aspect of any playmat is how it feels during gameplay. After using this playmat for several matches, I can definitely say that the mat has a good feel. It's not the best I've ever experienced, but it's still a good quality feel. I personally prefer a mat to have a fuzzier, more smoother feel, but the cards glide well, and there isn't anything obstructing the cards or catching any corners, and that's definitely a plus. In all of my mat reviews, I love to demonstrate the signature action of any game of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh!, the notorious fanning of the graveyard. Considering the fabric is a bit thinner than a typical cloth playmat and not nearly as lush, the slide feel of the graveyard is still very good. It's not the smoothest slide feel, but much better than I had originally anticipated. It may be difficult to discern in the demonstration, but the best way to describe it is slightly above average. So that was my analysis, but I feel when reviewing a product, it's important to get multiple perspectives because tons of different people have different likes and dislikes. So let's see what some other people had to say about their impressions of Imperium Duelist's new playmat.
I mean, it's a little rougher than like a Spellground mat, and when I like draw on the fabric, it's uneven and like kind of like weirdly bumpy. But it's surprisingly soft for like a mat that's like almost paper thin. I mean, it feels super nice. It's just like the patchiness of the sliding is kind of what kills it for me. And also the zones. I don't like the zones. I don't like being restricted in my gameplay.
The material feels good. It's really soft. It's really thin. Surprisingly more thinner than I thought it would be. Just like design point, like sometimes people don't like just overshadow effects. You go one way, it's darker. Go back the other way, it's lighter.
Do that again.
Cool. It's just a design standpoint, but overall it feels nice. I like how the images are burned onto it, so you don't catch any like other design feels like from Spellground. The zones are cool, just because you want to play. Specifically this.
Magic bullets.
Yeah, specifically this. You want to be in the right zone, but overall, like since we're playing links, it's nice to know, and it's nice design.
So this mat matters with. I've tested this on two different sleeves. Of course, if you're using Ultra Pro, this mat's not so. It doesn't work well with the Ultra Pro, but the Ultra Pro sleeves suck. With like Player's Choice, it's super smooth, so I really like it. And what I really like about this too is you've got the new setup, and obviously you can unfold it so you can give your opponent a link zone. So it's kind of nice for that because columns now matter again. So I like that about it. You know, it helps. Like you can't argue where placement is.
Yeah.
You know. So, but it's super smooth. I like it.
So it's not a bad mat overall. It's pretty solid. I love the texture on it to a degree. You can kind of feel what is it called? The inking, I guess. It kind of sticks out a little bit there. But the layout is amazing. Like, look at this thing. Freaking awesome. I don't know. It's pretty cool for links though. I recommend picking one up.
So this one's nice because the image is actually like in there instead of being like the weird textured stuff that you can catch your cards on that ends up getting peeled. This one doesn't really catch your cards. Like, catch might not be the best word. This one doesn't let you fan out your cards the same way. It feels a little more slippery, which makes it kind of just weird to play on. But I mean, it's not a bad mat. It's nice material. Again, it's cool that the actual design isn't a separate material, that it's actually like in there. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's a pretty decent mat. I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
Overall, this new playmat is excellent. I really love what Imperium Duelist is striving to do here. They're attempting to combine the practical aspects of playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially now that we are in the Link era, and the zone placement and card placement have a much higher emphasis than they've ever had before, whether you're talking about Link monsters or archetypes in the future that are going to revolve around the column mechanic. Just the zones have become more essential than they ever have before in the past. So Imperium Duelist is taking that and combining it with the high quality feel of a cloth playmat, and I really like that. If I had to give this mat a rating, I'd probably give it 5 O's out of 8. It's definitely not the nicest playmat I've ever used, but it definitely gets points for practicality and above average quality. The Mystic Era playmat will become available on August 12th, 2017 at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you want to own this playmat, check out the links in the description below to get to Imperium Duelist website, and you can own this mat for $65 US. But be vigilant, because these mats have a tendency to sell out in the first few minutes, and if you really want this, you're definitely going to have to be on your game. But if you can't manage to buy one, I am going to be giving my review copy away to one lucky subscriber. So check out the Gleam links in the description below if you want to enter that giveaway. It's a free to enter giveaway, and there's multiple ways to enter, and I wish you guys the best of luck. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like the video as always, subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content, and if you really like this video, consider backing me on Patreon, because just by pledging only $1 a month, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time.